Charlie Roth and Carolyn and Cristiana Seaborn up next, everybody.
I'm sorry, guys, by the way. I had no idea what was happening, and now it all makes sense.
It's all coming together.
Well, hello, everybody. We didn't think we were going to get to play, but here we are. I got a shortened set here just to try to get a few songs in, and I'm gonna play my medley of my hit. Anyway, this is a song I wrote about my hometown, growing up on the South Dakota border. Bought my first guitar in Watertown, South Dakota, and I was with. Not my first guitar, it was my second guitar, my first good guitar, and I bought it with my own money, and a little town called Madison, Minnesota, and this is Broken Ground. It's got me over to England in 2010, and I kept going back, and I've been over there 9 times now, and it was because of this song, and it was about the decline of my hometown and the lack of jobs, and my mother said, "Oh, we don't want to bring any attention to that, you know." But I said, "Mom, I'm a folk singer. I sing the truth," and this is it. This is Broken Ground. There's a tiny town out in the broken ground where the young folks don't hang around too long. There's no work out there unless you got a farm. Even then, the corn price is down. Used to be a railroad through there. It don't run no more to the tiny town out in the broken ground. Out in the broken ground. Well, there's a church out there, out in that tiny town, where I laid my head in the water, and a big old house is full of memories, where they raised 6 sons and daughters. And a picture of an old man praying on the wall of that big old house in that tiny town out in the broken ground. Sing it with me. Out in the broken ground. As I packed my bag to board the bus that would take me off to war, and I waved goodbye, I watched my mama cry. My dad said, "Son, no matter where you roam, you carry part of your prairie home." I took that heart and I held my head up high. I walked this whole world around, swam on the sandy shores. I I lived in the largest towns. I seen a hell of a war. Through it all, one thing never changed. I'll always be that boy from that tiny town out in the broken ground. Help me out now. Out in the broken ground. Out in the broken ground. Oh, thanks so much. We had a fun, if you don't recognize us, we were in the band last night, Ring of Kerry, and we've been in that band together. We do a lot of songs. Cristiana Seaborn, everybody, she's just wonderful. And I want to do this song. I was at a festival one time, and I was at a potter named Bill Gosman, who's the mayor of New London, Minnesota. He said something that, he said, the game of Monopoly has been won. Time to clear the board. And I said, man, that's a song. And I didn't get out my pen for a while, and I took out the Monopoly board, and one night I wrote this. We had a house next to Community Chest, a purple yard, it was our little love nest. Mediterranean neighbors and an income tax due just past gold on Baltic Avenue. I lost my job when they shut down the short line road. No brakeman's income to declare anymore. Go directly to jail. The chance card read, by the way, your mortgage is due on Baltic Avenue. They took the whole of American pie, left not a crumb for the rest to survive. Our race has been run, our neighbors got the same. It's time to clear the board and start a brand new game. Those boardwalk bullies in their Park Place ponds put up a hotel in what was my lawn. They got Marvin Gardens and the waterworks too. Now we're all screwed on Baltic Avenue. We're sleeping in free parking in a broken down car. My bed down in the Reading Railroad yard. A distant vision of an American dream that we all once knew on Baltic Avenue. Hey! They took the whole American pie, left not a crumb for the rest to survive. Our race has been run, our neighbors got the same. Time to clear the board, yeah, and start a brand new game. All right, Christina. All right. So, thank you so much, everybody, and I'm glad we got to play. It's totally different what I do than Ring of Kerry does, and I met Gaynor Johnson and Bill Peterson at the Montrose Music Festival last year, and otherwise I wouldn't be here. And they put in a good word. And I played a house concert in Canton at Bill's house, and I met Kyle and Johnny and everybody. And this is why we're here now. And I wanted to play a song I wrote after a Moccasin Creek Festival down in Effingham, Illinois. I met some kids down there running in a pack like these, and they're painted up with rainbow faces and stuff. And so this is for our kids here. And I basically had 10-hour drive, and I asked this girl what her name was, and she's about 12 or something, and she said her name was Serenity, that she was named after a prayer. If you're a songwriter and you don't get your pen out at that point, just so happened I had a long drive and I was able to write this song. This is on one of my albums here, my latest one, and Broken Ground and stuff, and they're all available out there. And if you don't like, if you can don't like it for any reason whatsoever, you buy my CD and you send it back to me, and I'll send you something I don't like. All right, here we go. Rainbow-faced, painted child, having fun in the summer sun, running wild. She's got her mother's grace, her father's eyes, great big chocolate smile for a little while. Her daddy is a good man, a good friend of mine, living one paycheck away from a cardboard sign. There's some things in his life that he can't change. Life in a bottle gets a little strange. And I asked her what her name is, and she said Serenity. And her daddy named her after a prayer. Well, they prayed that prayer this morning, made their camp at the music fair. And I said, Serenity, my, that sure is a pretty night. Walking on a shady side of a river of grief and tears you just can't hide from. And if the game of life has kicked your ass, the only comfort you find is over ice cubes in a glass. And you just might be the most negative person in the room. All you know is loneliness and gloom. And you think they might be talking bad about you. So you start talking smack about them too. Now you're cursing at color, 'cause all you see is darkness in your world. Well, I hope you meet a rainbow-faced, painted little girl. And if you ask her what her name is, and she says Serenity, And if her daddy named her after a prayer, if he prayed that prayer this morning, made their camp at the music fair. If you meet Serenity, please say hello from me. I think Serenity sure is a pretty name. Thank you. I want to do this. We were going to share a set with Christopher David Hansen, who it turns out they're friends of bandmates of ours. They're called the Range Wheelers. It's Charlie Roth and the Range Wheelers, and it's Rob and Jill. And it turns out they were good friends of them. They're going to be hopefully on last here tonight, and they're really, really good. But I wrote this song in Hibbing, Minnesota. When I turned 45 years old, I was still making my living as a barroom musician, and the agent sent us up there to cover for some band that had to cancel. And I spent a year there at one night, and it was one of those gigs where there was always a fight, and I think it was because of me playing like a Bob Dylan song, somebody shouldn't have been dancing with somebody or something. But then this song's been covered by a lot of people, and I was 45 years old when I wrote it. And I got my wife on her machine, her answering machine, and that's how the song starts. I got your machine. I guess you're out somewhere. I'm at the Star Motel on the west end of nowhere. Boat frame bed, fake walnut panel, color TV, only got one channel, and there's nothing to do but play my guitar. Hey, call me later. I'll be at the Star Motel. Last night I turned another year older. Amidst the smoke and the cold Budweiser, it was a range town on a rowdy night. A slow dance later led to a fight. Me in the middle of a colored light singing, do you remember when? Another day in the life, another night in a bar. Hey, call me later. I'll be at the Star Motel. Well, it's the Star Motel next to the Lucky 7. Out there somewhere, sure the hell ain't heaven. High school hockey on Channel 11. And I sure miss you. The life I know is full of smoke and liquor. It's a life I chose. Honky-tonk picker, but it sure gets old as you get older, and your trail gets cold, and you end up nowhere. Yeah, when I was younger, I thought I'd go far. Well, I'll be home soon, honey. Until then, I'm at the Star Motel. All right. So I got one song I need to try to get this in. It was a request from Janice who played earlier. Is that it? Can I play one more? This is Janice requested this, and I met her at Montrose Festival around the campfire, and I played this, and she said, "Are you going to play that song about the guitar?" And I said, "Okay, I'll do it." It's a Guy Clark song. I passed by a pawn shop on the older part of town. Something caught my eye, so I stopped and turned around, and I went inside, and there I spied in the middle of it all. It was a beat-up old guitar hanging on the wall. "Hey, what do you want for that piece of junk?" I asked that old man. Well, he just smiled. He took it down, put it in my hand. He said, "You tell me what it's worth. You're the one that wants it. Go on, tune it up, play a song. Let's just see what haunts it." So I hit a couple of chords in my old country way of strumming, then my fingers turned to lightning. I never seen it coming. It was like I always knew it. I just couldn't remember where I'd learned it, but it wasn't nothing but the truth. It was reared back. Well, I lost all track of time. There was nothing I couldn't pick. Up and down that neck, I never missed a lick. That guitar almost played itself. There was nothing I couldn't do. Why, it was getting hard to tell just who was playing who. When I finally put it down, I was scared half to death. My hands are shaking. My shirt was soaking wet. And that old man, he finally stood up. He said, "Where the hell have you been? We've been waiting all these years for you to stumble in." And he got down an old dusty case. He said, "Go on, pack it up. You don't owe me nothing." And when he said good luck, there was something spooky in his voice. There's something strange in his face. And when he shut that lid, my name was on the case. Ooh. Thank you. I'm Charlie Roth. This is Cristiana Seaborn. Pleasure to see you tonight.
Oh, come on. Give them a bigger hand than that. Those guys were great. We're going to keep rolling with the festival. We're making changes to how things are going to go, and we kind of have a cool idea. we'll tell you about that later, but just don't worry. As long as the weather stays, our headliner is going to play, and then maybe after our headliner plays, another band's going to play. You ever had that happen at a festival? And we're not talking about one guy sitting up on here on his guitar and going, him and haw, kumbaya, yippity-doo. They're going to kick butt.
If you're walking on a shady side, a river of grief and tears you just can't hide from. And if the game of life has kicked your ass, the only comfort you find is over ice cubes in a glass.